Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this. Hello, Spooky Darlings listeners, and thank you for tuning in. So this episode was originally recorded as part of our regular lineup, but we ran into some audio issues, or sound gremlins, as we call them in the biz, and the audio quality just isn't quite up to the standard that we're trying to achieve. We didn't want to scrap it because, it's just a super fun episode, and the content is really creepy, and we had a great time recording it. So instead, we decided we are going to release it as the first ever bonus episode of a brand new series we're launching called the Cryptid Crawl. This is our slow, spooky saunter through America's strangest legends. We're going to go state by state from A to Z, actually A to W, and learn about the most mysterious creatures that you've ever heard of. Think of it as a haunted pub crawl, but instead of beer, we're giving you strange and spooky stories about creatures that may or may not be real. Also, when we recorded this episode, we were calling ourselves Crazy Creepy Cool. We are now officially the Spooky Darlings, and our email is thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and our Instagram is the Spooky Darlings Podcast. Enjoy!
Well, welcome to Crazy Creepy Cool, the podcast where we talk about things that are crazy, creepy, and cool. Or cool.
Woohoo! Yeah, not all three at once, though.
I'm Emily.
I'm Nettie.
I'm Haley.
Guess which one's the creepy one?
Me. I call it.
We're all a little creepy.
This is a kind of shorter episode we're trying where we're going to talk about cryptids. And our aim is to see if we can get through all 50 states and talk about cryptids from all 50 states. We're going to start alphabetically. We'll see how this goes. No promises. But we're going to start with Alabama.
This is going to be like the time Sufjan Stevens said he was going to write an album about each of the 50 states. And I think you made one?
Maybe
Were there two?
Didn't he start with like Ohio?
Well, he did come on Field of Illinois.
Yeah, he did Illinois.
So he didn't even go alphabetically. That was his problem.
No, that was his.
If you don't go alphabetically, you're going to lose track of where
That's true.
And there's no way he had a map where he was Xing off states one at a time.
No way. Certainly not. I feel like I should have remembered what cryptids were because we talked about them another time, but somehow I got it stuck in my head after we talked about the cryptid called, just briefly as sisters, not on the podcast, we talked about the cryptid called the Fresno Night Stalker, and somehow I got it in my head that cryptids were two-legged creatures with no arms. So when we decided to talk about cryptids today, I looked up the cryptid that I was assigned, and she had
two legs, no arms?
No, she had legs and arms and a head. She was human form-ish.
Oh, that's funny.
So anyway, I just had to tell you about the little mix-up that happened in my head.
I love that.
You'll have to do that when the Fresno Nightcrawler, when we do California, which will be in how many episodes? Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California. 5th episode of Cryptids.
5th episode, yeah. We can talk about them.
5th episodes of Cryptids state by state. You will talk about the Fresno Nightcrawler, and I'll talk about the crazy thing that I can't remember what it was in Temecula.
And I'll talk about whatever I want.
Actors.
Yeah.
Hollywood cryptids.
In Temecula, is it a Temampire?
Yes, it is. Who wants to start?
I can. I'm happy to.
Perfect.
I was looking up the cryptid called. Oh, I hope I didn't lose my notes.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
My notes are on this computer that we're recording our podcast on.
Ooh.
That's all right. I have it all memorized.
Oh, okay. No, I found my notes. I just got confused because I had a note at the top of my notes to tell you guys. Have either of you watched Black Doves?
Black
No, is it
Doves,
a TV
huh?
show?
The Yeah, it's a TV show. It's on Netflix. It has Keira Knightley in it. I thought it was really good. There's an actress in it. Her name is Sarah Lancashire, and she looks, well, I call her Grandma Adele because she looks just like Adele, but a grandma.
Hold on, looking her up. Adele a singer?
Adele the singer.
The person I was picturing is not a grandma. I mean, she could be
Well,
a very young
I
grandma.
mean, listen, she has white hair and black doves. That's why I immediately saw her and dubbed her Grandma Adele.
White hair and black. Here, she's right
Did I
there.
say black hair and white doves? She has
Yes.
white hair in the show Black Doves.
Oh, white hair in black doves. I heard white hair and black doves. You could say like white hair and black eyes, or white like. Yeah, I've seen that actress.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so, okay, I will be telling you all about Huggin' Molly, who is a cryptid located in the town of Abbeville, Alabama. And I thought at first that Abbeville would be pronounced Abbeville, kind of like Louisville is pronounced Louisville. No,
Yeah.
I asked my friend from Alabama. She sent me a voice memo of her pronouncing it, and it's Abbeville.
Boring. No, I'm just kidding.
Huggin' Molly is this creepy creature that haunts the nights and chases children. She lurks in the shadows. She's 7 feet tall. She's as wide as a bushel of cotton.
You
And
know what
if
I
you're
say
wondering,
to those kids?
I want to know what you say to them.
So you deserve it.
They probably do. If you're wondering how wide a bushel of cotton is, I also was wondering, and I looked it up, and there were so many different weird measurements that didn't really actually make sense. But I'm picturing like as wide as a door. It's like as big as an alfalfa bale. So
7 feet tall, wide as an alfalfa bale.
yeah, yeah, but in Alabama, it's a cotton bale.
We have alfalfa bales in our barn.
Of course you do.
Once again, Haley bringing up she has horses.
I know, she's such a horse snob. So, Screamin' Molly wears all black. She has either.
Wait, Hugging Molly.
Well, you're right. Her name is Hugging Molly. I just gave something away that she does. She wears all black and she has either a wide-brimmed hat or a black cloak. She always has her face in the shadows. She's
she's
also
so
known as the
scary.
Lady in Black. Runs after children at night and hugs them tight and then screams loudly in their ear.
Nope, I hate that.
To ever hurt them, but she just screams loudly in their ear. So there are a couple of rumors about who she is and why she haunts this town of Abbeville. One rumor is that she is the ghost of a woman who lost her child.
Ooh, that is a common ghost.
Like La Llorona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women like roaming, searching for their children.
They say maybe that in her, haunting grief, she hugs children and then screams in their ear.
She's like, "You're not my child."
There's a theory that she's a ghost of a school teacher who's trying to roam the streets to keep children safe, to scare them into going inside or help them to get inside so they won't be hurt by actual things that could hurt them, since
Ooh.
hurt
Wait.
their eardrums.
When she screams, is she screaming, "Is your math done?"
No, it's a high shriek. It's just a scream.
Oh, I mean, sorry, Alabama. My child's answer would be no.
Well, I was going to say in Alabama, it would be, is your math done?
Try on that Alabama accent.
Thank you. I listen to a lot of TikToks about my cryptid of people from Alabama, and I love the way they talk. And I know I'm not imitating it, but I do love how they like do 2 syllables for like what we do 1 syllable words for. I love that.
Yeah, they draw out the syllables. So there are a couple of accounts of encounters with Screamin' Molly. There's one from 1920, a boy named Mac Gregory. He was a teen boy who worked for a grocery store there. He claims to have finished his last nighttime delivery, and then he was chased by Screamin' Molly. And after that, he refused to ever do nighttime deliveries again. He was chased and screamed at. She caught him and hugged him and screamed in his ear.
Ah,
Shortly after that, so probably still 20s or 30s, the mother of another teenager had just like kind of an inkling, like a bad feeling. Her son had been out late, and so she went to look out the front door and saw him coming home, but a long, terrifying black shadow coming upon him behind him. So she yelled for him to run inside and held the door open until he got into the safety of the house and slammed the door. So I don't think
oh
that's
my gosh.
Molly Huggin' Molly, Screamin' Molly. I might just keep accidentally calling her Screamin' Molly because of what she does.
It's like the title focuses on like the positive.
Yeah.
Versus the scream.
Nope. Hit that part.
Her non-consensual scream hug Molly.
She's definitely not asking for consent. Most ghosts don't.
They don't.
Okay, so the third account, and this one's odd because it saw the Lady in Black or non-consensual scream hug Molly. This was in 2010 during the annual Yada Abba Day, which is a celebration of Abbeville's heritage. A local school teacher was leading a tour of students through the cemetery when a dark figure appeared between headstones and then stormed away, and it scared everybody that was there.
Oh my gosh.
Assumed that this was the Lady in Black or Huggin' Molly. In addition to those accounts that people claimed to be actual encounters with Screamin' Molly, there were 3 cases of actual humans that were caught dressing like Screamin' Molly.
Those jerks.
Wait, so they would dress like Screaming Molly, hug kids and scream at them?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
Halloween costume ideas?
yes.
And we go to Alabama.
All 3 in Abbeville. There was one that was, this one was in Abbeville. The professor from Southern Alabama Agricultural College, which used to be based in Abbeville. The professor didn't like that students liked to hang out around outside at night, general trouble. So
Hey, you know what he needs to do is relax.
he should have relaxed, but instead he decided to don a disguise of Screamin' Molly to scare them back into their beds. So it was the origin of Screamin' Molly. Some people think maybe he was. Then in nearby Baton Rouge,
I just am imagining like a man wearing a sports coat with like those elbow pads on it, like putting on like a robe and just running around.
He reminds me of the father from Over the Garden Wall.
the father of the woman that's teaching animals.
Oh, yes. Wait, and then the gorilla is Screaming Molly. What?
So in Baton Rouge, there was a man who used the disguise of this Molly costume to chase after young, pretty women and girls.
Oh, perv.
Creep. He was able to like fulfill his dreams as a creep chaser by putting on that costume. In addition, okay, so those are 2 instances where humans were caught, and there's another one in Headland, which is a couple towns over from Abbeville. There was an impersonator of Huggin' Molly, not Screamin' Molly, that he was running around stirring up trouble in the town, and there was a local newspaper. I'm just going to read what the newspaper said. Some unprincipled person is parading the streets of Headland at all hours of the night dressed as a woman in black. It is frightening the women and children and causing a large number of dogs to be kicking up a racket any time of the night. I've requested to notify the person or thing that it will be shot on sight by a certain father whose wife and children were frightened out of their wits the other night. It's likely to get hurted if they don't behave themselves.
Oh my gosh, what year? What year was that again?
I don't have the year. Let me see if I can. I don't have the year.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. A certain husband.
I tried to click on the link and it brought me to like a poker site. I don't think that's going to hold the answers. Most people kind of think now that there's, that Screaming, Hugging Molly was just kind of a story that was told to get children to come home before dark and to kind of scare them into, not dilly-dallying past home. But there is a restaurant in Abbeville called Huggin' Molly's, and
Are we going?
Yes, Huggin' Molly. I think we should. They have Huggin' Molly themed foods. I think the Molly's fingers are just chicken fingers.
Not human?
Go visit.
Yes.
I would love to go to Alabama.
Human fingers.
We could
Where I'm from, they call
call it a work trip. Claws.
claws, guys.
This reminds me, okay, so talking about like parents giving their kids scary stories to keep them inside. Do you remember when I was like 13, 14 and I would have friends overnight? You guys were much younger at this point, but I would have friends overnight and I would always tell mom I was sneaking out, but I would never tell dad. I trusted her to not tell dad. I'd be like, Sarah and I are going to go out and, go run around town. And so one time I had a friend over and the next morning, Dad was like, "Hey, how was your night?" And we're like, "Good. We just, fell asleep right away, and we're really good." And, dreamt about service, was doing this, I'm exaggerating, but telling him that we just, didn't do anything. And he goes, well, I'm glad you didn't go out last night because have you guys heard about the guy that's going around town with a baseball bat and just beating up people? Just hitting him with the baseball bat. And my friend Sarah and I just looked at each other with the widest eyes. And I was like, when? He goes, it's just been like for the past couple of weeks, just all around town. Somebody with a baseball bat just been going around and just beating people up with the baseball bat. I believed him. I'm not kidding. It was probably 5 years ago that I asked him about it. And he told me he had just made it up because he knew I was sneaking out with my friends. And he was trying to find a way to keep me from sneaking out. I was terrified. I told everybody too. Like, no, you guys, we can't sneak out. There's a man with a baseball bat.
He hasn't been caught yet for years.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. The parents are like, we haven't heard about the baseball bat guy. That is so funny.
And he is now known as the baseball bat bandit.
You even have to make
Notorious.
I could have just reminded you that there are like cougars lurking outside of our parents' house all the time.
That's true.
All
He
the
could
time.
have, although I think that there weren't as many back then. I think there's a lot more now. He couldn't predict the future.
Caitlin and I, we were always so scared of the
I
cougars.
used to kind of like think if I ever felt creepy, like I thought maybe somebody was following me or maybe possibly somebody was hiding in the back of my car, I used to think if I just sing really pretty, they probably won't attack me.
They'll be like,
I try to like just kind of start singing loudly to myself.
the cougar is like, I was going to eat her, but listen to that.
Listen
Well, I
to
was
that
just gonna
voice.
say, that would work on a man with a baseball bat because obviously he is possibly strong. I don't think it would work with a cougar.
The baseball bat bandit of Eastern Oregon, you were safe from him or her. Legend doesn't know the gender of the baseball bat bandit.
Yeah.
Probably a cougar with a baseball bat.
Well,
Probably
some say,
two cougars in a trench coat.
Some say it had the body of a cougar, but the face of a man.
Whoa.
Oh, do you guys remember the time that I saw a cougar? Like I saw its eyes glinting and then I heard it scream.
Yeah.
Called Fish and Wildlife.
Yes, and they accused you.
Fool's Day, and they thought I was lying.
I do remember.
And didn't they say cougars don't scream?
They also said cougars don't scream. And the neighbor across the street, when we told him, because there was that guy that lived across the street, and he was like, no, there was a cougar in my yard, right where you saw it. He was like, I've seen a cougar in my yard right there. And he had said multiple times, and he had heard it scream. That was so rude of Fish and Wildlife.
Okay, so I've wrapped up Hug and Molly.
Yay.
Maybe we'll go there someday.
Haley was
Yes.
about to segue.
I was. Speaking
Okay,
of
cool.
creatures with human heads, I've got the Alabama wolf woman.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So when I was doing my research, came across her a couple times, and anytime I would, I was like, no, not looking
Yeah.
at that. That
Don't
is
you-
not my cryptid.
Don't you dare.
No, I did not. I didn't dare.
So,
I knew nothing about hugging Molly, though, and that's terrifying.
guess the day that the Alabama wolf woman was first reported. Nettie can't look.
1920?
No, the day.
9/11.
13th.
Thursday.
Friday the 13th.
Nope. April 1st on 1971, reports of a wolf with the head of a woman began to pour in. It was reported roaming the streets of Mobile, Alabama, described as hairy and pretty.
A really good segue would have been, speaking of creatures seen on April 1st.
What are you, the Segway police?
Why do you
now?
have to correct everything I say?
It's not a correction. It's just pointing out that would have been also a good segue.
What I mean?
This is, I said, can you guys really just not hear anything I say?
No, I
No,
can hear
wait,
you.
no, you hear, no, you sound great. Just Nettie is right here next to me. You sound great.
Don't make me repeat it. I just said, what are you, the Segway police?
Yeah,
I'm so glad you repeated it because I missed it, and that's
Yeah.
funny.
that's good.
I'm a segue detective, is what I am.
This is
She's
worse.
police. She's full on like making charges. I'm just trying to figure out what happened when. Making predictions.
I've got my gun on my hip and I'm ready to use it.
and I've got a magnifying glass. That's my weapon.
and a hat with a bill in front and in back.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
plaid.
Perfect.
You're
I
Sherlock.
got one.
Perfect.
So the creature was described as hairy and pretty. And then in my mind, I was like, or pretty hairy. Gross.
Right, exactly. Also, Nettie pointed at herself because she's also
She's
been
a-
described that way.
Well, I was going to say, was it a swarthy creature?
A very swarthy woman. Top half woman, bottom half wolf.
So
Okay, so it's not head. It's not just head woman. She's got breasts.
there are breasts.
That's why she's pretty.
And they are hairy. And here she is.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, she is
Sexy.
She is a pretty wolf lady.
Yeah.
That is a drawing, not a photograph.
A photo of a drawing. Still a photograph.
Listen, it's a police sketch. This is what the police sketch artist came up with from witness identification.
Oh my gosh. And rumor has it escaped from the circus. By April 8th, an article was published titled, "But Would You Believe?" And the paper received 50 phone calls describing the creature, detailing sightings and chasings. And then as quickly as she appeared, she vanished. After the news report, like after the paper came out with the report, like no more calls in about the Alabama wolf woman.
Wait, so just on one day?
Over the course of a week.
Over the course of a week.
So
Never again then.
yeah, no more sightings.
What happened to her?
Since then.
Where'd she go?
So half wolf, half human creatures have been reported throughout history, and Native Americans have a rich background of anthropomorphic creatures. So some people believe it was an April Fool's prank, and that was my first thought. And then some believe it was a beautifully groomed Afghan hound. And those impacted most by the local story were, of course, the children. Kids
Children
telling
hog up all the hauntings and sightings.
I know, it's really rude. They're very soft.
Did you look up that kind of hound?
Of an Afghan hound? You know what? I didn't end up looking that
I'll
up.
do that real quick while you keep talking.
Okay.
I want to see what a beautifully groomed Afghan hound looks like.
I'm
I
picturing
think
what
that's
I
a
think
wonderful
it is.
idea. So kids told stories about how they were scared to walk anywhere after dark, or being sent for sugar to a relative's house and not wanting to go, and then thinking they saw the wolf woman, and so they sprinted home. And one kid said that they knew that what they saw was in their imagination, and they immediately turned around on their doorstep and didn't see the creature, but they felt the wolf woman chasing them.
Ooh,
Yep.
scary. That's what it looks
Okay,
like.
there are some really beautifully groomed Afghan hounds.
Oh yeah, I could totally see how somebody would think those are breasts.
And
Yeah.
look at this one.
Oh,
I mean,
hey,
talking about
side
a
swoop.
Sexy.
Yeah,
That
I
is
saw
giving
one
early
that
2000s.
had French braids down each thigh.
Ear, thigh, nice.
But okay, so if it was an Afghan hound, then where did the Afghan hound go? Like, wouldn't someone have been like, "Oh, well, that just looks like my neighbor's dog"?
Well, they
or
were probably
something?
like, I got to bring my hound inside so this wolf woman doesn't seduce it.
"Oh, look at that sexy lady! Hold it still."
It's really hard to see, but can you see the French braids down the
Yeah.
torso and thigh?
Whoa,
Man, that's not
that
what
is
I-
talent. Well, if somebody had an Afghan hound, they probably didn't want this wolf woman seducing their dog. So
Probably not.
So
Right.
teens also scaring each other. And of course, as teenagers, each one had their own story of encountering or seeing the wolf woman. And then classic uncles scaring their nieces and nephews saying, the wolf woman's coming for you. So as we know, many creatures that were once considered cryptids have been found to exist, such as kangaroos, Komodo dragons, and the giant squid.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know those were all considered cryptids.
But have been found to exist, so they're no longer cryptids.
Right. I didn't know that. Okay, so what is the definition of a cryptid again?
And a mythological creature that has not been proven to exist.
Yeah,
Like
and there's-
like unicorn is a cryptid. Sasquatch,
Okay,
Bigfoot is a
gotcha.
cryptid.
The Fresno
guys-
Nightcrawler.
Did you know that up until I challenged Jordan recently, he thought that narwhals were cryptids?
No, narwhals are real.
Well,
like
now,
unicorns.
Hey, Jordan
I knew-
isn't alone.
I knew.
There was an adult
He didn't
woman I
know.
heard of recently who also was like, wait, what?
She didn't know
odd.
narwhals were real.
Yeah.
Haley is right. A creature that is said to exist in folklore or other accounts, but whose existence is unproven. I was just really proud of you. That was a really good definition you gave.
Thank you.
Like fairies and leprechauns would also be cryptids?
Yep.
No, those are proven to be true.
Leprechauns or short people?
Fairies?
I was just joking.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought you guys would laugh.
no, we are going to fact check you, Nettie.
But there is a difference between a cryptid and a monster.
Uh-huh. Like
Oh,
cryptids are creatures described in anecdotal, unsupported sightings, travelers' tales, and folklore, but it doesn't say what a monster is.
Oh, nice. That's great.
well,
This is
thank
you know
you.
what, Nettie? This is really helpful. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mike Sweeney, whose bio is a self-taught musician and history buff
Oh, he
and
sounds unbearable.
would-be writer.
Oh,
Oh.
unbearable at a party.
Oh, actually, he says dragons could be considered cryptids.
I don't
what?
care about
Actually,
Michael
I don't
Sweeney's
care.
opinion on any of these.
Sorry, let me get off of whatever website I am on. Would be writer. I would be a writer if I didn't have ADHD.
Yeah, I'd be a writer too if I wrote.
That's why my fortune cookie today made me mad because it said all your goals will be reached if you put in the work or if you
Yeah.
stick to the plan. And I'm like, what?
Hey, if your plan is doing nothing, then you're going to achieve all your dreams.
My goal is to achieve nothing. Cryptids are animals whose
Crypturds,
exist.
nice try.
Okay, great.
You think we're going to let that go?
Cryptids are animals whose existence has not been proven, while monsters have various characteristics. That's no better than Mike.
That's not a
I hate
definition.
this.
Okay.
Oh, monsters can have various characteristics such as being slimy, invisible, enormous, skeletal, tiny or teeny tiny.
This is really
This is not helpful. Why are you even trying to make
cryptids? You gotta stop.
Oh, I just found
Oh,
Reddit
she's gonna
has
carry
an
on.
explanation.
She's gonna carry
Stop
on.
it. Haley gave
Tell
a
your story.
beautiful definition. Wait, are you done about the wolf woman?
Yeah, there wasn't
It
much.
was, there wasn't much, and every article said the same thing.
Well, and it was only 1 week of sightings. There hasn't
Yeah.
been any. Did you Google recent sightings of wolf women?
None.
With your thumbs
There's
like this?
none. I did it like this on my computer.
Okay. Speaking of kangaroos, what a real good segue.
Everyone was certain that she had breasts. And
Yeah.
were they covered with fur?
Yeah.
Who just came in?
I think they left.
Who just went out?
Probably a slimy, invisible monster, not cryptid.
Teeny tiny, enormous.
No. It was teeny or teeny tiny. Or a skeletal.
All right, Nettie, take it away.
Speaking of kangaroos.
With scales?
Speaking of kangaroos, okay, I want you to picture this. The body of a kangaroo. A long, thin tail with a bushy end. The face of a lion and a mane like a lion.
Whoa.
Fur? No one's quite sure. Is it fur that's really short or is it skin?
But you said mane.
It is white. Well, that part is furry, but the rest of it on its body,
Okay.
on its kangaroo body.
Okay.
What is this creature I'm talking about? It's all white. It's from Alabama. This is the Alabama White Thang.
Ooh, I forgot what you
Spelled
were doing.
Thang.
Yes, and
Oh my gosh.
in my research, I found that some Alabamans are annoyed that it's spelled that way because they're like, oh, just because we pronounce it that way? Like, even if you spell it thing, we'll still say thang. Anyway, it is the Alabama White Thang, and it started with sightings, I believe, in the early 1900s. And there have been sightings. The most recent ones I found in my research were in like 2021, but I bet there have even been more recent ones. There were more recent ones, but they were just more like, I'm pretty sure I saw one.
Okay.
Pretty sure I heard one, but didn't give a lot of
Right.
details. But the original story was in, let me get back to it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Was this old man.
Okay, if you sang like that and I were a killer in the back of your car, it would not stop me.
It would make you, it would just hasten. It would hasten.
I'd be like, okay, I can't take any more of this.
Okay. The legend of the Alabama White Thang has been prevalent since the 1940s in a triangle between Morgan, Etowah, and Jefferson counties. And in my research, I found that there's like a lot, there's almost like a Bermuda Triangle, but it's like the Alabama Triangle where there's a bunch of paranormal activities and extra cryptid sightings in the triangle of those counties. So, people reported seeing a creature more than 7 feet tall, covered in white hair.
It has been sighted in Happy Hollow, Walnut Grove, Moody's Chapel, and Wheeler Wildlife Refuge. A ton of sightings in the refuge.
Wow.
The creature is
The
mostly
refuge. Where's the refuge? Like a nature
a
place?
wildlife refuge.
Okay.
Yeah. The creature has been known to move really quickly, like faster than a creature would than like a mountain lion would move, or faster than a bear would move.
It moves as fast as Superman.
Even faster. Is Superman a cryptid?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
He's a superhero. Okay, so I do feel like your description.
That is not an accurate picture. Emily, let me tell about the cryptid, okay? Put your picture away. All right,
I can't.
pictures away. Please let me tell you about the first sighting.
Okay.
Okay, so in 1940. No, see, I will get to this, but there's a lot of
You don't have to respond to me. I'm silently holding up weird pictures.
I love your glasses.
Okay, a lot of people have described the Alabama White Thang as basically a white Bigfoot or a white Sasquatch. But several people who have seen the Alabama White Thang say it is definitively not a Sasquatch, doesn't look like a Sasquatch. It doesn't have like ape-like qualities. It's just large and white. It does move on all fours, but stands up on its hind legs. So when I say it's like over 7 feet tall, it will stand up on its hind legs. Yes, like a kangaroo. And I think that's maybe where the kangaroo body comes from. So the first reported sighting happened in 1940. And what happened was there was an old man, and they called him Old Man George Norris, seen it over there in Enon Graveyard. And he said it looked like a lion, bushy, betwixt a dog and a lion. It was white and slick with long hair. He leant up against a tree. Old Man Norris leant up against a tree.
Okay.
And fell asleep. When he woke up, and the sun was just rising, and the White Thang was laying right beside him, and it was looking at him. And he said it didn't offer to hurt him or nothing.
Whoa.
And that's the first account of the Alabama White Thang.
Do you think the White Thing was in love with him?
No, I think he was maybe curious about him. And here's the interesting thing is this part of Alabama is where the Appalachian Mountains are, Appalachian Mountains. And there is a huge cave system that goes under the Appalachian Mountains. So I think a lot of these cryptids, it's possible that they are dwelling within the cave system and they just come out occasionally. And that's why sightings are elusive. Also, I kind of think dimensions are possible, and that would explain why it's hard to get photos.
That's the theory with Nessie.
Ooh, the
Loch Ness Monster.
I thought you meant Bella's granddaughter, or Bella's daughter in Twilight. Renesmee, they call her Nessie. Okay.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, we're talking about cryptids today, but I mean the fake character's child in a vampire book.
One might say it's real, one might say it's not. We don't know what Stephanie Meyer saw or experienced. We don't know. In Huntsville, the phrase Alabama White Thang is used to describe a humanoid, possibly alien figure spotted in caves. So like I said, the cave system is often spotted in caves or drainage ditches in Jones Valley. A team of researchers described, they started a Facebook page called the Alabama White Thang. And so you can go find that on the Facebook page, and a bunch of people talk about experiences. One thing that a few people have said is
hey, can you please say one thing?
One thing that people have said is that there's a distinct smell that accompanies the Alabama White Thang. A smell like death. A smell like decomposing flesh.
Oh, so because it probably doesn't have a toothbrush.
Well, I read one story where this woman had she was so cute. I didn't read it. She told it to me on TikTok. I listened to her. TikTok.
Told it to just you.
She was so cute. And she had the best accent. I could have listened to her talk all day. But she said that she and a group of friends went to a graveyard, and they said that they got out of the car and they immediately were overwhelmed with the stench of death. And so they genuinely wondered, did grave robbers come and dig up a body or something, or did a body get dug up by a wild animal? So they went and they followed the scent to kind of try to see if something like that had happened. And she also said she didn't care if anyone believed her.
because she knew it was true. And I can't do her accent. It was so good. And so did the people with her.
People.
No, I'm doing it wrong. And then right on the border of Alabama and Mississippi, this experience technically was in Mississippi, but it still was about the Alabama White Thing. So I'm going to read it to you. So this happened in Macedonia, Missouri in the early 1970s. My mama, her 4 children, my great aunt, and her 5 children were staying at my mama's. I think that means grandma's.
Yeah, with a W. Yeah.
Was it? Did they say Mima or Mama?
Mama.
With
Mama
W.
and Papa. For the night, they were staying at Mama's for the night while my papas and great uncle were at their hunting camp. Around 2 a.m., they woke up to what they've always described as white Bigfoot. So is this the Alabama White Thing, or was it white Bigfoot? Because I kind of feel like there's 2
The Yeti.
cryptids that people are mixing up. I know, but it's weird because the Yeti's normally in cold places. And guess what Alabama is not?
Cold.
It's not
I guessed it.
cold.
I guessed it.
Cold. So they woke up to what they've always described as white Bigfoot. So this isn't uncle and grandpa that woke up or cousins. This wasn't the
Papa.
boys out hunting.
Come on, Nettie,
This
Papa.
was the women all back at home at the house. To white Bigfoot banging on the outside of the house so hard it was literally shaking the whole house. It woke everyone up, and my mama, terrified, went to look out of the bay window in the living room. My papa built this house with his bare hands in the 40s, by the way. It was literally in the middle of the woods.
Okay, brag much.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was this person. It was a person who's adorable named Tara. And she could clearly see a huge, dirty, white, long-haired ape man just to the left of the window, which is why I think it's a different creature than the Alabama White Thang, because she would have said kangaroo man with the lion face. Just to the left of the window.
If she knew what a kangaroo was, maybe she didn't.
Yeah, it was the
Maybe she
70s.
thinks it's a cryptid.
No,
It
people
was.
do. Everyone. Okay, so she could clearly see a huge, dirty, white, long-haired ape man just to the left of the window. Everyone was obviously petrified and huddled for the rest of the night in an upstairs bedroom together until morning, even though it stopped after my mama spotted it. So it banged until the mama spotted it. The next morning, when the men came home, they had them go outside to check on the house and everything, and they found no damage, but did find huge footprints in the muddy ground leading up to the house and large imprints in the tall grass right next to the house itself. My papa, a native and someone raised to believe in Bigfoot, began leaving fruit, hunting, and fish scraps and random offerings out in a clear spot in the tree line.
That is how you get cats.
And they never saw anything there again. However, when he would go back to replenish the offerings, he would find things like metal Coke caps, seashells, and other things left for him in the same spot.
So he's
Just
like
like
a
a crow.
Kind of like a crow.
Kind of like a crow.
Wait, so did this person tell you on TikTok or did they tell you on Reddit?
So this person
Personally.
typed it to me in the comments on an TikTok that was made for me about the Alabama White Thang. There was another sighting where this man and this woman were driving and they came like to an intersection, like where a T in the road, like where you come up to it, like it T's and you have to go right or left.
Lowercase or uppercase?
Uppercase T. So they can't go straight, which is why I said you have to go right or left if you'd been paying attention. So they drove up to it and the man said he saw, in Alabama, he saw what he thought was a white tiger eating a deer. And so he like shook his head and he was like, I can't be seeing that. It's got to be something else. But he said something compelled him to not linger and look. So he just turned the car and drove away. And he said his wife was super quiet. And he goes, did you just see that? And she said, yes. And then he said, what did you see? And she goes, I don't know. It looked kind of like a tiger eating a deer, but the tiger looked weird. And then they both talked about it and they realized that the tiger had a body that was different, a tail like a lion, and a mane, but they couldn't tell if it was fur or skin. It was just white.
Oh, man.
And so there's a lot of people that like try to, explain what it could possibly be, have said it's possibly a wolf with mange. Because some people have described what they've seen between a wolf and a cat, like somewhere between a wolf and a cat. So that's a possibility. But other people have said it has glowing red eyes. Some people have said it has no eyes at all or like vacant black holes in the eyes. And there's also this thing in Alabama and in the South called a run-along.
And some people think that the white thing might be a run-along, and a run-along is something that kids see all the time, and it's like a cryptid, but it's not necessarily negative. It kind of like if you're a kid out playing in the wood, it sort of like runs along beside you, but off in the distance to kind of keep you safe. And they say that if you're driving in the country and you feel like you're seeing something out of the corner of your eye, keeping pace with your car, that's a run-along. And they come to adults when adults are in times of distress. So it's like they come to kids because kids are like more emotionally reactive and need more help regulating emotions and like just need more help with decision making. But they come to adults when adults are stressed out or like over emotional, like dysregulated. And so
That's freaky.
Was that
That
lady
reminds me of
husband
accounts
being
of
over emotional?
skinwalkers. Isn't that what
Yes.
what we were always told growing up, that skinwalkers were the ones that would go
Yeah.
alongside your
yeah, but skinwalkers,
car?
I don't think I've ever heard are helpful.
It reminds me of that story of like the missionaries riding in like a pickup truck and the coyote person was keeping pace.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Remember that
But
story?
that sounds helpful.
Like Mormon missionaries, like LDS
Yeah,
missionaries?
yeah.
When did you hear that story?
Oh gosh, like probably just story swapping with my cousins, my cousins, our cousins.
So, yeah, crazy. That's the Alabama White Thang.
Oh my gosh, this episode was so fun, Nettie. What a great idea.
Thank
I
you.
like it. Wait, so what's the next state?
Alaska.
Alaska. Oh, I bet
Yeah.
there's some freaky things up
One-
there.
This one is
stuff
going
up
to be
there.
fun. Do we want to decide right now, real quick, what we're all doing, or do we want to just like each text each other and claim a cryptid?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Well, while you guys Google search Alaska, I'll just wrap up the episode. So thank you for listening to Crazy Creepy Cool. If you have stories of your own, we would love to hear them.
Especially if they're about the Alabama White Thang,
Or
hugging
any
Molly, or
wolf woman.
also, did we miss a cryptid from your state?
Do you have a cryptid that you want us to cover in a future state that you're from?
Like we're kind of going to do 3, I think, per state, but
Each time.
so we're not going to be able to cover them all. But we would love to hear your stories, or if you have one in particular.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Rate, review, subscribe. We love 5 stars. And we look forward to hearing from you. Bye.
Bye.
There.
We nailed it.
Thank you for listening. We are the Spooky Darlings. Our email is thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and our Instagram is the Spooky Darlings Podcast, where you can find photos to go along with each episode. If you enjoyed listening, please rate, review, and subscribe. The ratings really help us get seen and help us with traction. Tune in on Tuesday, where Haley will cover Lobster Boy. And if you'd like to, stay tuned for some sister banter. Don't forget to leave that rating. 5 stars.
Can we pause really quick? Because Emily, you are still very quiet.
I've never been accused of that before.
Is your microphone's turned up?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you're suddenly quiet again. For a second,
When
it
you
was
said,
good.
oh, wait, we could hear you. And then when you said, can you hear me now? It got quieter.
I hate this.
Oh, now we
you
can
sound
hear you.
good.
Now we can hear you.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do?
I didn't
Pray.
do anything.
Did you say
but
prayer?
I did.
Did you make a wish?
Yes.
Did you count your blessings?
Okay.
Absolutely not. Nettie, gross. Why would you even
I
suggest
count
that?
mine every day.
Ew.
My blessings.
Usually
remain
one of them.
uncounted.
You're one of mine too.
So,
I say don't count your blessings before they hatch.
Oh, weird.
huh. I'm thinking about that. I like it because it's like knowing you are going to hatch some good blessings. It's like manifestation. It's
Hey,
like positive thinking.
Not all
I like it.
not all eggs hatch, so not all blessings hatch.
You're right. That's why they say don't count your chickens before they hatch.
'Cause sometimes they die in the egg.
Yeah, but do they ever say don't count the yolks before you make scrambled eggs? No.
No.
Raise chickens.
And sometimes you
make
get a double
eggs.
yolk. I got a quadruple yolk once. I got a quintuplet yolk once.
Oh, you are
Do
lying.
you guys remember that? No, I have photo proof.
No.
I posted it on Instagram.
That's pretty cool.
That was before I agreed to follow you.
This is our microphone. Haley just picked up our microphone. Just moved it
It was like, this is in our
She
way.
moved it like behind her cup of ice.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know what I was even thinking. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Just realized I had moved the microphone all the way over here.
Like, let me get this out of Haley's way. Like, Haley didn't want it anywhere near her.
She's talking. Let's make sure only my reactions can be heard. So it'll be like, Alabama wolf woman.
Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.